Long ago, when the world was still young and people were learning how to live together, there was a clever trickster named Anansi. Anansi believed something very important about himself. He believed he was the smartest creature in the entire world. But one day, Anansi tried to take all the wisdom in the world for himself, and what happened next became a lesson people still tell today. In a small village surrounded by forest in West Africa, people often gathered to share stories, ideas, and advice. They believed wisdom belonged to everyone. But Anansi the spider did not like that idea. You see, Anansi loved being praised for his clever tricks. Every time someone said, "That was very wise," Anansi felt proud. One day he thought to himself, what if everyone becomes wise? Then they will be just as smart as me. The thought made him uncomfortable. I must find a way to keep all the wisdom for myself, he said. One day, Anansi heard about something magical. It was said that the gods had gathered all the wisdom in the world and placed it inside a clay pot. The pot was hidden deep in the forest. When Anansi heard this, his eyes sparkled with excitement. If I find that pot, he whispered, I will become the wisest creature in the world forever. So Anansi hurried into the forest. He searched for hours and finally found it beneath a large tree. There was the clay pot filled with wisdom. Anansi could hardly believe his luck. This is perfect, he laughed. I will hide it somewhere no one can ever find it. Anansi decided to hide the pot at the very top of the tallest tree in the forest. If the pot is high above the ground, he thought, no one will ever reach it. He tied the pot tightly in front of his body and began climbing the tree. But every time he tried to climb, the pot bumped against the trunk. He struggled and slipped again and again. The pot made climbing nearly impossible. Soon, Anansi became frustrated. This tree must be too difficult, he complained. As Anansi struggled, a young boy walking nearby noticed him. The boy watched quietly for a moment and then said politely, Anansi, why don't you tie the pot in your back instead of in front? It will make climbing easier. Anansi froze. The boy's suggestion was simple, but it worked perfectly. He quickly moved the pot to his back and climbed the tree with ease. When he reached a branch, he suddenly stopped. Something about the situation bothered him. If this boy could think of something I did not, Anansi said slowly, then perhaps I do not have all the wisdom after all. The thought made him angry. In his frustration, Anansi shouted, This is impossible! How can a small boy be wiser than me? In his anger, he threw the pot of wisdom down from the tree. The clay pot smashed into hundreds of pieces when it hit the ground. And then something incredible happened. All the wisdom inside scattered everywhere. Some wisdom fell into rivers, some wisdom spread through forests, some wisdom landed in villages, and some wisdom settled in the hearts of people. From that day forward, wisdom could never belong to one person. It belonged to everyone willing to learn. As for Anansi, he slowly climbed down the tree and looked at the broken pieces of the pot. He realized something important. No matter how clever someone may be, there's always something new to learn from others. And that is why people say wisdom lives everywhere in the world today. No one person owns all wisdom. Everyone has something to teach, and everyone has something to learn.